It's more than just collecting the data. It's instead of going from a paper form to a digital form. Yeah, we all understand that. We get that. But Google does that. SurveyMonkey does that, right? It's bigger than that. We're missing stuff, right? And that's where we need to fill in. And that's where Clever comes in as a tool to be able to do that. Districts and schools can be a lot more efficient in what they do. Our teachers and our schools are requiring more and more all the time of things that they need to do. We're taking on a lot more of a load than just the 3 R's of education. And that's going to continue to keep coming. So you can't be doing the things the way you've always done them. You don't have the time for it. So those processes, those workflows, you got to streamline, right? If you want to move ahead. So that's when we went out and started looking for a solution, a form solution. And honestly, when it comes to, especially in the K-12 environment, the form solutions out there are horrible. There's not a lot out there. Whatever the product is, you only have 2 choices. You either develop in-house and build your own program, or you go outside and buy a third-party program, right? Well, most third-party programs, you got to use their program the way it is. They're not going to customize it just for you. So what do? You got to change your processes that you have at your district to match that. So one of the things that we were looking for that Clever excelled in, which literally nobody that I can find in the US especially was able to do, was connect it with our other data, help us to make the better decisions and see the bigger picture, right, of what's going on, not just at a child's level, but at school level, and ultimately at district level in the direction that the district is going. That data we're collecting on those forms, we're using that data to make those decisions almost every single day. But I got to be able to collect that data to do that, right? It can't be on a paper form. We were looking for one solution for everything, but it gives me the flexibility to build my forms around my current processes and procedures in Rockwood without having to change that, without having to retrain staff, without having to change direction, or have to use 3 different software to try to get the same data that I get in one spot. I needed that flexibility, and that's where Clever came in. And yeah, it checked all the boxes. And we could tie that all in to where they're at in our student information system. I can make that form however I want to match my process, filling in those gaps that other solutions don't do. Basically, you're documenting your processes and figuring out that workflow. I got 59 forms in there right now. Built 50 in my first year easily. Most of them were staff forms, but this year our focus is on those student forms and those parent forms. And we use Clever to fill in the gaps is what we do. It's the form, it's the data collection, it's the data export, it's the screens, the way they look, it's the workflow. We can't do any of that in our student information system. It doesn't have the ability to collect that data easily and manageable with the types of drop downs and questions and things like that, and the logic that we have built into form. We can't do that in our student information system, Infinite Campus. So that's where Clever fills that in. When it comes to day-to-day forms and really having a workflow and being able to manipulate the forms a lot, there's really nothing else out there.